So for any of you who missed the last couple streams, oh, not that one, but I have, oh, well, this is not true anymore. Those available commands is not true. But we've got this video synth that reacts to the sounds and looks very cool. So
exploration, accidents, and just super immediacy inspiring.
So if I go back to lazy streamer makes chat do all the work. Am I lazy? I'm thinking smarter, not harder. That's all. But also it is a scam because I'm like, yeah, you guys do this. And then the other thing too, that we were doing yesterday is I can basically send anything through this synth. So I can pull up like a YouTube video and send it through here. So like yesterday we were pulling up videos of like cruise ships going through the sea and sending that through this, and it was really neat. Train drivers view Norway. Now I'm 3-hour uncut view arrival Norfolk cargo ship. That could be cool. Thanks, Michael. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I've been telling people that it's like, it feels pretty weird because I'm like getting back into like my computer science world. Like I have a degree in computer science and was doing like cybersecurity bullshit, but I haven't touched that stuff in like 10 years. And now all of a sudden I'm like looking at shader code and like I'm in people's discords to get beta software to do Midi implementation and do all this system stuff. Like, it's so cool. Yeah, Mike. Well, yeah, like with actual coding, I know nothing either. But like dealing with software, you know, and like dealing with protocols, like I'm dealing with Siphon protocol and OSC and Midi and all this stuff. And I have like 4 different pieces of software that are all interacting right here. Like that's, because of my background, I guess, like that stuff is not, you know, menacing or whatever, you know? What happened to that iPad app you were writing script/macros with Midi stuff? I still have that. So, Ribbon was the one I was using for a while, and then, yeah, I got this other app that had its own like scripting language that I was gonna get into, but I just never did, obviously. But kind of the reason that I didn't get into that there was like that was all Bluetooth MIDI. That was all like the way it worked is I had my iPad, and then I had, well, do I have all the pieces right here? So I had this, the MIDI box, and then I had the Bluetooth MIDI dongle, right? So this is plugged into it. Like whatever. This is like borked. These things like don't stay in there at all. So it's this, so that's like the MIDI part of it. I connect to that with my iPad, and then it's like 4 TRS outs for MIDI to chase bliss pedals. And then with Ribbon, I was given, you get 8 LFOs to use, which is cool. But then this other app I found was like way more complicated, but had like so many LFOs, like 16 or something. And like way more control, but yeah, I never got into it. And partly because I don't know, I didn't want to be using the iPad. Personally. Like I like just kind of being right here. And that's why I've been liking doing the expression rampers and stuff, because it's just like I mean, I'm not looking at a dang screen, you know. Was the complicated app Drambo? No. I mean, I've got it on here. Let me just look. It was, so I was using, so I had to use AUM as the like mixer to actually do the MIDI out, but then the plugin I was using is called Mosaic with a Z. Here, I'll show you it. So this is it right here. So I could via scripting connect any of those devices, knobs, XY pads to MIDI things. And there was like a whole 40-page long documentation thing that I read, and I was like, oh yeah, this seems cool, I can probably do this. And I just never did. You know, one of those classic things. But I remember the scripting language being pretty simple. Like, once I read through, I was like, oh yeah, this won't be like crazy, you know? What I'd really like to do, so one of my next things I want to do for chat is make it so you guys can trigger this. So you guys can tell mood to capture. Like this button I'm gonna press right here to go and eventually move, like pause the loop kinda. I want you guys to be able to do that. Which I have the ability to do it right now, I just have to implement it.